Republican Senator and Lieutenant Gubernatorial candidate Ray Tenorio was born in 1965 in Central Florida, where he was given the name Raymond Waddey Jr. But he has been known as Ray Tenorio ever since he was 12 years old, when his mother remarried and his stepfather brought the family to Guam. It wasn't until 1997 that he formally petitioned the court to have his legal name changed so he could get a passport.
After leaving the police department, I wanted to get a passport to travel, because I didn't need a passport until recently to travel to Japan. I realized my birth certificate hadn't changed my birth name, but since I was a kid, I was Tenorio, and there was no real fraud.
However, Harold Cruz, who says he is nothing more than a concerned citizen, thinks there's a problem, and he filed an ethics complaint with the Guam legislature yesterday, alleging unethical and fraudulent acts.
What happens to all the arrests that he effectuated over the years that he was a police officer, and even more? Is this divorce still, I mean, is it null and void? Because this guy did not exist prior to 1997.
Well, they know who Ray Tenorio is. They even know who Harold Cruz is. He's a leader in the Gutierrez campaign, there's no doubt. So let's call it for what it is. You know, it's politics of the past.
I just want to, Kevin, assure the people of Guam that the Committee on Ethics and Standards will judicially review the complaint.
The complaint Cruz filed is now in the hands of Senator Judy Guthertz, who chairs the legislature's Ethics Committee.
The chairperson of the committee has to determine whether the complainant filed sufficient information about him or herself, so that we can identify properly identify the complainant. And that's my responsibility first.
Only then would the complaint be given to Ethics Committee Attorney Anthony Camacho, who will have 30 days to determine whether or not there is any merit to the complaint, a decision that won't happen until well after the general election. Watching it all with a wry eye is former Senator Matt Rector, who went through the ethics process earlier this year.
I think it's kind of karmic justice when it comes to it. I mean, the Republicans, and Ray Tenorio in particular, worked really hard to try and stir up as much stuff against me as possible. And yet here we have a man that signed legal documents under a false name, got married under a false name, got a gun license under a false name, and all of a sudden it's no big deal.
I hope people look at true character, not what people put on a piece of paper. I am Chamorro, a Pokse. Mi corazón no Chamorro.
I am doing this as Harold John Cruz, a longtime resident of Guam.
But yet you are an employee, or you are a volunteer with the Gutierrez campaign, aren't you?
I am an active supporter of the Gutierrez campaign, and I'm not going to deny that.
But this is not political.
Of course not.